Mad Mark, and I watch a lot of crap.
Release the Kraken.
Shut up, Qui-Gon Zeus. I just sat through 2 hours of the Clash of the Titans remake, and that's a lot of crap, okay? Look, it's not a terrible movie, it's not a horrible movie, but the fact that you're trying to write yourself off as a remake of the original classic Clash of the Titans, that's a big negative in my book. You know, there are basically 3 types of remakes. Number 1 type of remake is a faithful adaptation that doesn't quite live up to the original. Number 2 type of remake is something that exceeds the original by leaps and bounds. You'll find that very rarely happening. John Carpenter's The Thing, a couple of other random films, not even worth mentioning. But right now, I want to talk about Clash of the Titans. This is a film that is almost nothing at all like its original film, doesn't follow the same plot, doesn't hit on any of the same plot points, barely is even recognizable as based upon the Greek mythology. I mean, you've got Perseus, you've got Medusa, you've got the Kraken, blah, 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 all that. But the reasons for everything happening are completely different. For that, you know, find out for yourself. I want to talk about some of the more nitpicky things because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to nitpick this movie to death. CGI replaces the visionary work of Ray Harryhausen, okay? The claymation, the beautifully rendered special effects, gone in favor of dull, matted CGI. Now, in some cases, there's actually an improvement here. In some cases, there's not. The Medusa scene, let's be frank here. The Medusa scene sucked, okay? In the original, you've got Harry Hamlin nervously sweating, grimy, holding his breath, barely breathing, waiting for Medusa, who could be behind one corner or the next corner. You hear her constant rattling, and she could be anywhere. There's statues everywhere, and every shadow could hide the form of Medusa, and her gaze shall turn you to stone. In this movie, they put Medusa in a volcano, threw a couple of random statues around, and had some people making wise-ass comments before they eventually get down to the nitty-gritty. That's pretty much what there is. But with the Kraken, now here's a place where the roles are reversed. In the original film, the Kraken was this creature of the Black Lagoon-looking beast with 4 arms. Really, it was impressive for its time, but in this time period, not so impressive. So they replaced that Kraken with basically your Rancor-styled, Cloverfield, giant, raging beast. It's got tentacles whipping to left and right. It might not even be attached to the body. I don't know. It's roaring. The theater's shaking, and Perseus is flying through the tentacles and the massive arms, and its teeth are gnashing. Whole 9 yards. That's what you get in this movie. Now, is this a great movie? No. Does it really deserve for me to call it crap? You know, honestly, no, it doesn't. I actually kind of liked it. I know, I'm tearing it apart here, but I kind of liked it. Reason why I'm so mad is that, you know, I love the original so much. I wanted this generation to have something like what I had. Something that would draw my interest, draw their interest the way my interest was drawn to Greek mythology. So that they'd learn about it and study it and be inspired by it. Actually, they got that this year. Because in addition to Clash of the Titans coming out, there was also Percy Jackson. The Percy Jackson film succeeds in every way that Clash of the Titans fails. It retells a classic Greek mythology with a modern interpretation. It's basically the whole Harry Potter thing, but with Greek gods and demigods and mythology in place of the magic of Harry Potter. So Percy Jackson was a much better film, much much more closer to what mythology should be, and a much better introduction for this generation than the Clash of the Titans Monster Fest, which just basically had tons of action, random references to mythology that may or may not even fit in with Greek mythology. I mean, I know the original Kraken was Norse mythology, but at least it made sense with the context of the story. In this case, they totally get it wrong. They totally dismiss the the traditional mythology that people are used to. Excuse me. You know, you've got other introductions this year. The God of War game series came out with a third game with Kratos running around screaming. But since we're talking about Greek mythology, I thought I'd take a few moments to delve into my other interests. My other geek-foo love in life. I want to show you this one. This is a role-playing game called Scion, produced by White Wolf. This game features modern-day interpretations of mythology, not just Greek. They explore some of the Egyptian mythologies, voodoo mythologies, traditional Greek mythologies. I mean, there's a ton of them here. Norse mythologies, but it sets it in a modern-day setting, sort of like what they do with Percy Jackson. In this game, you play the son of a traditional god, and you are set against the old Titans and their minions. It's a fun game. I haven't actually gotten the mechanics down straight. I haven't really been able to run it very well, but I really like it. This is a traditional tabletop role-playing game. Dungeons and Dragons, for those of you who are not fellow geeks like me. Oh, and thought I'd mention the lighting. I hope it's a little better this time for the people who like watching me rant about random things. This week it was Greek mythology. Mythologies have inspired generations for thousands of years. I wrote this part, okay? So listen, this is fun. All right, look, this is me being deep, okay? Mythologies have inspired generations for thousands of years. They're fables, morality plays, love stories, monster tales, and they inspire us to overcome the real conflicts in our own personal lives. They give us a bright light at the end of a dark tunnel, at the end of the day when the weight of our responsibilities drag us down and crush our spirits. We need a little hope and victory to help us lift our heads and reach beyond ourselves. Well, I'm Mad Mark, and that was me unloading a lot of crap for you. Hope you enjoyed it, and have a nice day.